Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Empowered Wellness by Teddy D. This is my weekly recap. So today ended week 5. I took my 6th injection of Zepbound this morning. I'm currently on a 2.5 milligram dose. It's my intention to stay on each dose for at least 3 months, just kind of see how things are going. If it's still going well, then I'll plan to stay on that dose, as long as that's okay with my doctor. Let's see, I have a few notes here. So before I get into my weekly update, I want to say 3 things that I am thankful and grateful for. The first thing is community. I think community is extremely important, and since I have been on this journey, I have found a lot of community on YouTube as well as outside of YouTube, and I'm very thankful for that. I've never really had that on previous weight loss journeys, and that's why in one way I feel like this one is very different, because it's not like I'm trying to hide something. It's not like I have to, keep anything for anybody, or I feel empowered to be able to say that I'm on this weight loss journey, and I enjoy being able to discuss that with other people and tell other people about what I'm doing and how I'm doing and what I'm going through, because I am interacting with many people who are dealing with the same thing, who are doing the same thing. So it's really cool to have that sense of community, knowing that we can rely on each other and we can depend on each other and we can push and motivate each other. I love that. So number 2, the second thing that I am grateful for and thankful for is having a willing mind. I think it is extremely important to be willing and have a willing mind, especially on a journey like this, because sometimes things get hard. Sometimes it don't always go your way. Sometimes the scale may go up. Sometimes it might go down. You just never know what's going to happen. So it's very important to have a mindset that I'm going to do this and I'm going to go for it. And no matter what happens, this is my journey. This is my time. I'm going to make it happen. One of my favorite artists, his name is Jonathan McReynolds. In one of his songs, he says, when you change your mind first, then your life will follow. I completely believe this. I believe this is the truth. You have to change your mind. If you have a made up mind, that is the first step that you need to take in order to make any type of sustainable change. So change your mind first, and then your life will follow. So the third thing that I want to say that I'm grateful and thankful for is, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm a little nasally because I'm having some allergy issues going on, and typically when I'm having some allergy issues, one of the things that happens is it causes some puffiness and redness with my eye and causes it to become a little swollen. So the third thing that I'm thankful for are cucumbers. So cucumbers, I just found out today, are really great to put on your eye to help to, deal with the puffiness and the, inflammation of the eye. It has done wonders. So most of the day today, I've been kind of struggling to see out of this eye because, it's been very red and just very, feeling very gritty and everything. And something just occurred to me to go into my lunchbox and, get a slice of cucumber and put it on my eye, see if that was going to make a difference. It made a difference. Now, I've heard of people saying that, oh, you can put cucumbers on your eye, it's supposed to help with all these different things, but I never knew that was true. I never thought about doing it until today. I thought it was just something that, fancy people did to, just look cute. I don't know, but I can say that it definitely works. It's definitely helpful. And I'm glad that I found this out, because this is definitely going to be my go-to when I have allergy issues in the future. Okay, so let's get into it. My weekly weigh-in. This is my weekly weigh-in. So I am down to 235 pounds, 235.8 pounds. And over this last week, I was able to lose 5.3 pounds. And I can honestly say that I definitely work for every pound and every ounce of that. I have been working out. I do work out daily most of the time. Most of my workout consists of walking. I typically walk at least 10,000 steps a day. Here lately, I've been getting way more than that. I've been around this 15 to 18,000 steps. Some days I'm not sure exactly what that's about, but I guess I just I like to move. I like to move my body, I suppose. So I've been moving quite a bit. Let's see. So total, since I've been on Zepbound, I started Zepbound June the 6th. So total since I've been on Zepbound, I've lost 22.8 pounds. And including my total weight loss journey thus far, which began on May the 6th, I have lost 47.2 pounds. So I'm definitely happy and grateful for that. I have, it's been great. I have, really enjoyed this journey thus far. And even though I have quite a bit to go until I get to where I want to be, I'm thankful for, every pound that I see that I have lost. Like it's great. So I've been tracking a couple of other numbers, and as far as I know, it's very important to like kind of look at muscle, look at the amount of muscle mass you have and whether you're losing any of that. So total out of that 47.2 pounds, only about 4.1 pounds of it has been muscle mass. So, I mean, I think that's, pretty decent. I've also gained, it's at about 5.5% of skeletal muscle. So I think that's pretty good. So I'm really just gonna continue to do what I'm doing as far as like the exercise and everything. I am planning to incorporate a little bit more resistance training. This week I have been to the gym a couple times. The gym is not my favorite place, but I go. I've been trying to go a little bit more. I do my favorite exercise, which is outside walking. I'm gonna do that regardless, but I am going to the gym more, just to try to make sure that I get those extra, because I do, like I think I've discussed in another video, at home I typically use like, the resistance bands, and I have this Pilates bar that I use for strength training, but I know that there are some additional tools and machines and things that I can use at the gym that I don't have at home. So this week I kind of experienced, I would say, I don't think it's really a new side effect, but it's definitely has been more noticeable, and that is nausea. So since probably last Friday, when I took my the 5th shot last Friday, I have been experiencing some major nausea. And I'm not exactly sure what that's about. What I think it is, I also recently began to take a daily multivitamin. So I assume that's probably what it is, but I could be wrong. I'm not really sure. I do have a doctor's appointment next week. I have to go in for a physical and get some lab work done. So I'm gonna get all that checked out and talk to my doctor just to kind of see, if this is possibly the reason. The multivitamin that I use is called Rainbow Light Men's One multivitamin. I like that one because it's made out of a lot of whole food ingredients, and it seemed to be work well with what I'm trying to do. However, I may have to stop taking it or do something different if the nausea continues. Hopefully this is just a temporary thing, but we'll see. Overall this week I felt pretty good. I have had some minor issues with sleep. I typically don't have issues getting to sleep. One of the issues that I have is staying asleep. I do wake up early in the morning already, just because typically I'll go do my morning 2 to 3 mile walk. But I've been waking up earlier than what I would actually prefer. And it's not because of an alarm, it's because, well, it's not an external alarm. Maybe it's an internal alarm in my body. So that's something else that I'm gonna be talking to my doctor about. And if anybody has like tips about this, I know that I've heard other people say that they've had some sleep issues as it relates to being on Zepbound. So if you have some tips or recommendations, definitely let me know, and I can check those things out, and as well as talk to my doctor about that to see if that's something that'll make sense for me. But besides that, like I say, I have felt good overall this week. It's been a long week, but overall it's been cool. So some of the non-scale victories that I've had. I shared in another video previously that my blood pressure has improved. For quite a while, I was having issues with my blood pressure. It was consistently 185 over 100 and something. And I'm not really having those issues as really anymore. Like my blood pressure has stabilized in a great way. These days, it's pretty much normal. I have been taking blood pressure medicine, so I'm going to talk to my doctor when I go next week about possibly getting off that medicine. When I lost weight before, that's what had to happen, because as I continued to take the blood pressure medicine and my weight began to come down, my blood pressure was getting too low, so I had to stop taking the medicine. I've already stopped taking the medicine. The doctor just doesn't know. But what we say, I know my body. But no, I'm gonna, definitely talk to my doctor just to make sure that, that's okay. What else? My watch. So my watch, it just kind of goes all over the place these days. So I'm gonna have to take a link out of my watch. Not that was something that I was looking to do, but I guess it is a victory. It kind of shows me, in addition to what I'm seeing on the scale, I am seeing movement in other places. So that's pretty cool. I definitely have less joint pain. I deal with some minor kind of like arthritis issues, like that's something that runs in my family. But since I've been on this journey, that has definitely improved in a major way. I have increased energy. Like some days I feel like I can go and go and go and go and go. I'm not the Energizer Bunny, but he might be my cousin at this point, because like I can just keep going and going and going. But it's been pretty cool. Like I am definitely enjoying this ride. But I just wanted to just jump on and just give a weekly update. As always, thank you for your support. I appreciate the likes and the follows and the sharing. All right, don't forget to fuel your mind, move your body, and rise with purpose. Talk to you soon.